Members of the gallery, just wanted you all to know we're having some technical difficulties here, so just hang tight. I call to order the meeting of our Common Council for Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. Clerk?
Yes, thank you, Ron. We have 11 members in the room and 11 members considered for and voting.
All right. Thank you, Clerk. Now please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and an invocation offered by Alder Prophet. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We can sit. So I've asked our inaugural poet laureate for the city, Miriam Brabham, to come and share the poem that she wrote for her inauguration. I serve on the city's Public Art Commission, and this was the first of its kind. I think we read through probably 14 applicants' different poems, and hers was the only one that made me cry. So I hope you all enjoy her very powerful one that she's going to read for us tonight.
Thank you so much. I hope not to make anyone cry tonight. Thank you to the City of Green Bay for the opportunity to be the inaugural Poet Laureate, and again to the Public Arts Commission for their dedication to spreading arts and creativity across the city. This piece is titled, Let Us. Let us resist the bait. Let us stand against what aims to break what we made. Let us celebrate each other's humanity. Let us stand in solidarity. Let us ignite the embers of our bravery. Let us write our own story. Let us weave a new tapestry. Let it include all of those who make this a community. Let us do what is right. Let us be the light. Let us not go easy. Let us not grow weary. Let us go forward in love, not hate. Let us be more than great. Let us not be blinded. Let us be reminded of what we preserve. Let us join together and not just observe. Let us not forget we are living history. Let us be who we are and not who we wish to be. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thanks so much for sharing that. Now approval of the minutes. Motion to approve made by Alder Stevens, seconded by Alder Ritterbusch. Any changes? Alder Presley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I don't know if this needs an amendment. I just wanted to note on item Z3 in the minutes, it should read an ordinance amending section 44-1580I. It instead reads 55-1580. Just wanted to note that.
That is some impressive attention to detail. Thanks, Alder Presley. Appreciate it.
Do I get an award?
Eventually.
Okay.
Anything else? All right. All in favor will say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The minutes are approved. Approval of the agenda. Motion to approve made by Alder Profit, seconded by Alder DeLee. Any changes here, amendments? Seeing none, all in favor will say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the agenda has been approved. Report by the mayor. Just a few items here. First and foremost, wanted to thank our first responders, DPW employees, our truck drivers in particular, for the great work that they've done and continue to do probably as we speak here tonight. As you all know, our second worst blizzard in the history of Green Bay. So it was quite an undertaking. So thanks to Director Justin and all of your employees for the great work that was done. Also wanted to recognize our firefighters, our Metro Fire Department. In addition to this massive storm, we also had one of the largest fires the city's ever faced. And so just wanted to also appreciate you, Chief, and your employees for the great work that they've done. And in addition to that, surrounding departments for their response to help us out. But really appreciate all the long hours that have been devoted to fighting this fire as well. Also, we've got a last meeting for a couple of folks. So wanted to appreciate the service of Alder Galvin and Alder Johnson. Alder Johnson delayed on a trip home, unfortunately, so not able to join us this evening. But Alder Galvin's been serving the city in this capacity since 2016. Alder Johnson, I think, since 2018. Obviously now as president and vice president of our council, and just really enjoyed serving with you and with Alder Johnson. I think you both represented a pretty significant sea change in the way that business was done at our common council. And I know that our citizens have really appreciated that shift. Me from this seat and as a citizen prior to that, appreciated that change in leadership. Obviously we have differences of opinion in this body, and I don't think we've agreed on everything. But what we really share is I think a shared commitment to the people of Green Bay and doing what we think is best for this city and for this community. So I just have really appreciated serving with you and with Alder Johnson, and wish you the best of luck in retirement. And then it's St. Paddy's Day, so appreciate all the green in the audience. I'm not Irish myself. My wife's only a quarter Irish, but she's simultaneously the most Irish person you've ever met. So it's a big holiday in the Genrick household. So happy St. Paddy's Day to everybody. With that, on to announcements from our council. Yeah, you want the first word or the last word? Alder Galvin.
Otherwise, I'll forget by the time it comes. I just want to say thank you to everybody. I first ran because there was a real lack of respect and courtesy in the council back then. And as a representative for the police department at subcommittee meetings, I saw that firsthand, and it shocked me. And so after I retired, I decided to run for office. And like the mayor said, there has been a lot of dynamic changes, I think. And it wasn't always easy for me, but I learned some valuable lessons in the police department. And everybody you deal with every day on your job is, one day he's a good guy, the next day he might be a bad guy. You never know. So you treat everybody with respect. And you find out that, like the mayor said, we're all here to better this community. While we may not always agree on how to go about that, our goal when we get up every morning is to make this a better place to live and raise our kids. And like the mayor said, I have seen a change. We are doing better on so many things. I want to thank the city employees. I know I have been a pain in some of their butts sometimes, but they've always been very willing to explain to me the dynamics of their jobs and what they're doing and how they do it. And then when I forget a year later, they're willing to go all over it again with me that one more time. But it's been really eye-opening for me. And then this past weekend is a perfect example of the kind of employees we have. I've been out in a squad car in the middle of a snow with a fire truck pushing me through a drift because you can't wait 4 hours for a tow truck to come and get you. And when you see the work that our DPW workers have been putting in, Parks Department, the fire department with the fire, the police, there's all sorts of dynamics trying to get keep these things running, putting chains on squad cars, getting shifts changed out and everything else. And they're out there and they're doing it and they're not complaining and they're there for us. And every night when you go to bed, you sleep a lot better because you know that those people are out there looking out for you. So I just want to say thank you. It's been fun, and now I'm going to be retired from being retired. So I look forward to some more time to mess around in the parks and create more problems. Thank you.
Thank you. Other announcements? Alder Julie.
I've actually got two. First off, we've got some exciting news in Green Bay's music community. The 501c3 nonprofit Strike a Chord Incorporated has officially found a home for the Green Bay and Northeast Wisconsin's Music Hall of Fame. The new location will be housed in the former Helen Keller School, now the home of Evergreen Theater, located at 1806 Bond Street. This space will serve... I touched something. This space will serve as a hub to celebrate and preserve the rich music history of our region. A tentative grand opening is set for May 15th, featuring live bands, tours of the facility, and a chance to experience this exciting new addition to our community firsthand. This project has been years in the making, with former District 10 Alder Mark Stoyer who's here tonight, playing a key role in helping bring this vision to life. Now, as the dream becomes reality, community support will be essential to its continued success. Please consider showing your support and helping make the Green Bay and Northeast Wisconsin Music Hall of Fame a lasting legacy for generations to come. Stay tuned for more details. And the second one I have is Grooves on the Green concert series, which highlights local musicians and local food trucks, will be back this summer in our Green Bay parks. We are expanding on the event this summer with 8 dates. Watch for the Summer Parks event guide and follow the social media pages for dates and which parks these events will be held at.
Very good. Thanks for those announcements, Alder Grant.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to recognize Alder Galvin, and I know Alder Johnson's not here, but Alder Galvin, my first term, you were a tough shell to crack. But I have really enjoyed working with you on Personnel and Finance Committee and getting to know you better. I'm not sure if Alder Hankfus and I should be offended, though, that 2 people are stepping away from our committee. But Mayor, if you need us to run anyone else out, just you know where to sign them next term. And Alder Johnson, I feel like we got a feel of what the Green Bay Packers felt when they went from Favre to Rodgers. I think we have really had back-to-back great presidents going from Alder Brunette to Alder Johnson. There is a lot of time that goes into being council president that I don't think people realize and see. But I do appreciate Alder Johnson being very fair, balanced, and willing to work with everybody on this council. I know I've learned a lot from him. So I do appreciate his time, and I definitely know we are losing a lot of experience and knowledge on this council. I truly believe the city is a better place thanks to your commitment to serving.
Thanks, Alder. Any other announcements? All right. We'll move on to ordinance's second reading for adoption. Motion to suspend the rules for all of these ordinances with the exception of item 4. That was made by Alder Profit and seconded by Alder Presley. All in favor will say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The rules are suspended. Motion to adopt made by Alder Presley, seconded by Alder Profit. That's for all of those items with the exception of 4. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll use the board. And they won't be displaying, unfortunately. So maybe the clerk will just call it out.
You may vote. All right, so that passes 11-0.
All right, that's unanimous, 11-0. Now on to item 4. Yeah, Alder Profit.
I have some things. So first, I have 2 amendments I'd like to offer, but before I offer those up, I just want to thank, I've never worked with so many different departments at the same time within City Hall, so I just want to really appreciate all the time and effort and collaboration and phone calls that have got into this from City Hall, but also in the process, a lot of conversations from neighbors, the business owners that are within this area have kind of prompted these amendments I'm going to offer, the neighbors, and then also our downtown bid. So just want to, I've never or had my hands in so many baskets all at once. So I just want to thank everyone for their time and collaboration helping get this to the finish line. So with that, I have two amendments. I'm going to offer them together. I hope that they will have full support. But the first one is going to be to amend Section C, subsection 4, items A through D, which is going to be the dates and times, to instead read Thursday through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. So this just came from the business owners talking about really no one is open before 11 a.m. anyway. That's going to be within this bid, and then just consistency for any patrons. They just know then that those are the times and the days of the week. So that's going to be the first one. The second one is going to be to amend Section E to add a subsection 6 to read possession of alcohol beverages within the boundaries of the DORA is limited to 1 drink per person. So this again just stemmed from some conversation and collaboration with business owners and the bid and staff just regarding kind of the policy behind the intent of this. So a patron would only be able to purchase 1 beverage at a time rather than purchasing 2, 3, 4, and then they walk out the door and we don't know where those beverages are going. So those are my 2 amendments.
Second.
So one amendment or two? You want-
As one, I guess.
as one
2
amendment?
areas, but 1 amendment.
Sounds good. So that motion has been made, seconded by Alder Presley. Discussion on those 2 changes, Alder Eck?
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, so for all the dates, you want to be 11 a.m. to 10 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just concerned because some people were concerned about it being too noisy, but I guess earlier in the day isn't going to change that. So, okay, I just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? There's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed nay. The ayes have it. That amendment is adopted.
Motion to adopt as amended.
Motion to adopt is amended made by Alder Prophet and seconded by Alder Ritterbusch. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll use the board.
You may vote. Oh, sorry. Yep, you may vote. All right, and that amendment passes 11 to 0.
All right, 11 to 0 on that ordinance as amended. Report of the Redevelopment Authority. Motion to approve made by Alder Prophet. Seconded by Alder Stevens. Items here to be handled separately. Number 2. Any others? Hearing none others, all in favor of approving the remainder of the report, signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The report has been approved with the exception of item 2. On that, Alder Hinkfist.
Yes, we had an amendment that came out of the RDA and response was due on that last night. We have received absolutely nothing, so I am recommending we move to closed session.
Okay. All right, motion has been made to go into closed session. That was made by Alder Hinkfist and seconded by Alder Galvin. Do you have the language, Alder Hinkfist?
I'll let you read it.
Alder Eck.
Okay. Sorry, it popped up just then I said that. Okay, so the authority may convene in closed session pursuant to sections 19.851E Wisconsin statutes for purposes of deliberating or negotiating the sale of public properties, investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business as necessary for competitive or bargaining reasons. The authority may thereafter reconvene in open session pursuant to section 19.582 Wisconsin statutes to report the results of the closed session and consider the balance of the agenda.
All right, thank you, Alder. There was a motion and a second. We'll use the board on that.
You may vote.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
All right.
Oh, you have to give me a minute.
I would entertain a motion to return to a regular order of business. Alder Prophet makes a motion, and it's Alder Stevens with the second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Is there a motion on the item? Alder Prophet?
I'd make a motion to deny and have staff proceed as directed in closed session.
Is there a second for that? Seconded by Alder Stevens. That motion was made by Alder Prophet. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. We are now on to Improvement and Services Committee.
Second.
Motion to approve made by Alder DeLee, seconded by Alder Ritterbusch. Items here to be handled separately. Hearing none, all in favor will signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. That report has been approved. Protection and Policy Committee. Motion to approve made by Alder Prophet, seconded by Alder Hutchison. Items here to be handled separately. Any others? Hearing none others, all in favor of approving the remainder of that report, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The report has been approved, with the exception of item 4. Your wishes here, Alder Stevens?
Or because Carl would like to speak to the council.
All right. Alder Stevens makes a motion to open the floor, seconded by Alder Eck. All in favor will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The floor is open. Sir, if you just want to state your name and address for the council, and you have 3 minutes for your testimony.
Carl Crossi, 1283 Crooks, Green Bay, Wisconsin. My dog is in a confrontation with another dog, and the owner basically, I'll start where Miss Officer Meaves declared my dog dangerous. 2/9/26, 10:01 a.m. She notified that main site could be released back to its owner, Carl F. Growski, to satisfy the remainder of the quarantine at the off owner's site, as they were able to supply current rabies vaccine. I didn't have that option because by 11 o'clock that same day, she and the dog walker, William, stopped by the house. I was sleeping. I was 4 weeks out of right rotacuff surgery, and by the time I woke up, checked out my phone, she had deemed my dog dangerous. Due to the fact I couldn't answer the phone, or didn't answer the door or the phone. I don't believe Miss Meaves is exactly correct with all her information. She's on a witch hunt against my dog. More so on the way maybe I acted. That night that it happened, my dog jumped the fence and got after 2 dogs. Well, exactly 1 dog. The other dog, my dog didn't have a problem with. My dog is an American Bulldog. She's protective of her home, and she's never been aggressive towards people or dogs unless aggressed on. How she jumped the fence, I don't know. I've had her for 1.5 years, and this is new to me. He threatened on the guy. I broke up the fight, got the dog in the house. The guy was threatening on stabbing me and my son. I went outside, and then he's waving a knife around at me. 3 hours later, the cops come to take my dog. Next day, nobody. Officer would not acknowledge that the guy was being threatening to me. Kind of pissed me off a little bit. Whatever. I tried to get my dog the next day, and it was under hold for the dog, Miss Meaves. I'm sorry, it's been a long 2 days. Snow blowing. So I mean, honestly, my dog's not dangerous to people. It's not a threat to society. She's not running around the neighborhood attacking people like she likes to say. Um, I guess with that, I'll pass.
Okay. Thanks for your testimony, sir. Any questions?
Any que-
Any questions? All right. Thanks again. Appreciate it.
Sorry.
Anyone else on this item? Motion to close the floor made by Alder Stevens, seconded by Alder DeLee. All in favor will say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Floor is closed. Alder Stevens.
I refer to Bill Morgan.
Alder Morgan.
Alder Morgan.
Yes, that came before us in the protection and policy twice now. I wish we had Officer Mavis here. She has most of the details. But from some of my notes, the first time this dog was involved, it almost tore the ear completely off of a Great Dane. And it also bit the owner of the Great Dane. They are still out over $2,842 in medical expenses and vet expenses. That was in May 17th of 25. And then later on February 5th of 26, it went after this lab mix, and there were puncture wounds to that animal, and there were punctures to the handler of that dog. They have about $900 in expenses. This is all from testimony from Officer Mavis. And they also had trouble with getting cooperation from Mr. Kurowski. Originally, he wouldn't come to the door and stuff. So with her expertise as a officer that handles dogs and other animals, we voted both times, first time 4-0, to refuse the appeal. The last time it was a 3-1 vote. And that one vote, I think, was affected because there was trouble getting information to Mr. Kurowski.
Thank you, Alder. Any other comments? Sorry, sir, we closed the floor. Okay. Any other comments from council? Motion to deny made by Alder Prophet, seconded by Alder Ritterbusch. Any more discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and that appeal has been denied. Report of the Green Bay Police Department granting operator licenses. Motion to approve made by Alder Prophet, seconded by Alder Stevens. Any names to be handled separately or abstentions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. That report has been approved. Finance Committee. Motion to approve made by Alder Prophet, seconded by Alder Galvin. Items here to be handled separately. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. That report has been approved. Park Committee. Oh, everybody wants that one. Alder Presley with the motion to approve, seconded by Alder DeLee. Items here to be handled separately. Alder Eck wants one. Any others? Hearing none others, all in favor of approving the remainder of the report, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. That report has been approved with the exception of item 1. Alder Eck.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, just one, I look at it as kind of a housekeeping thing. In section 1A, excuse me, I would like to make a motion to amend the ordinance after where in section 1A, after where it's the Council of Tree and Landscape Appraisers, I'd like to add in parentheses CTLA, comma, hereinafter referred to as CTLA. And this phrasing will clearly indicate that the abbreviation will be used in the rest of the document and ensures clarity and consistency throughout the document.
Okay.
And
Seconded by Alder Prophet.
I did talk to Attorney Wood and also Director Ditchite, and they both approved this.
Okay, very good. Any other discussion? Seeing none, All in favor of that amendment, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Entertain a motion to approve as amended. Motion to approve as amended made by Alder Prophet, seconded by Alder DeLee. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. That item has been approved as amended. Personnel Committee. Motion to approve made by Alder Prophet, seconded by Alder Presley. Items here to be handled separately. One. Any others?
Two.
Both. All right. We'll just go to item one then. Alder Grant.
I just want to start with a motion to approve for discussion.
Motion to approve made by Alder Grant, seconded by Alder Hutchison. Go ahead.
I want a motion to amend the recruitment and selection policy section 6.8 to include a requirement that moving expenses may only be paid for candidates living more than 100 miles from Green Bay.
Very good. That's Alder Grant's amendment. Is there a second? Seconded by Alder Stevens. Discussion on that?
Just, I'm getting confused. So
Yeah, go ahead.
at committee, we had refer it back to staff asking for a mileage restriction on that because we felt it shouldn't be open for someone who's moving from Appleton, for example. Staff talked about it. They're comfortable with the 100-mile radius. They really want to get this job opened up for certain positions that are being held due to this if we hold it and refer it back to staff. So if we approve this tonight with the mileage in there, they can now offer the position opened up with the moving expenses covered for the assistant director of DPW.
Very good. Any other comments, Director Olofsson?
Yeah, it's not necessarily an offer that we're waiting on. We're just getting into a relationship with an external recruiting company that will do a national search for this position that's been open for over 9 months. And we'd like to have the ability to immediately be able to offer relocation on this position, as well as other ones, which is why we're looking to change the policy in general.
Do you not like the 100?
Thank you. So any other comments on Alder Grant's amendment? Alder Hinkfist.
There were a lot of questions that came up at that meeting. So my question is, are we approving an actual policy that we're going to be offering that, or are we just doing it for this one person? Because the 100 miles is fine, but we were also talking about how much you would reimburse based on that 100 or 300. I mean, there's a lot of issues that go into deciding. There's not a lot of cities and counties that offer packages for moving. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't. I mean, I think it should be looked at on a case-by-case basis, but to approve something that there's still a lot of questions around makes me concerned. So,
Director Olofsson on that?
We did do a review of local municipalities. There were 15 that we got some information back on, and there's various levels of reimbursement that these municipalities do, ranging from $2,000 to $12,000. Also, as it relates to mileage away from municipality that they are offering these reimbursements of moving expenses, they range from 0 miles to 45 miles. So we did a little bit of research on local municipalities. The current policy reads that if we were to go over or need more than $10,000, that we would request that through the Personnel Committee, and we would like to keep that the same. So as it relates to further distances where it may cost more than $10,000, we'd like to leave that in the policy that we would come back to personnel and ask if we need anything additional to that.
Thank you. Any other comments?
so what exactly are we? Are we approving 10,000 over 100 miles?
Correct.
And for the addition to hard to fill positions, because right now the policy states director level only at 10,000, and what we're looking to do is to extend that to director levels as well as any hard to fill position.
And I don't disagree with that, but I think it's part of a total compensation package, and not. I think on an individual level it should be up to the director. I can't pass tonight 10,000 and 100 miles yet. So
Any other comments? Alder Grant?
Is it also fair to assume that if we do pass this, that is something though that an amendment could always be done after this, but it at least gets this position to open up. It gives you time to work with staff and really hone in on it further, but it doesn't hold up this process. It can always be amended.
Alder Hinkfus?
Doesn't the director have the ability to make that decision? I mean, I'm okay if we say we want to offer packages and we want to do this one, but we want to bring this back for more clarity around it. Because when we look at the total benefit package, I just think we have to look at it as broader. Because when I hear $10,000, 100 miles, this makes me
Director Rolfson.
concerned.
It's a reimbursement up to $10,000. So if the cost only is $2,000 to move from Waupun, then that would be the limit they would get. It's not a $10,000 flat fee. It's a reimbursement.
Alder Presley.
I would say I'm comfortable passing this. I think there's plenty of options for discretion by the director. I mean, it's the director's authority to offer reimbursement for moving expenses to candidates for positions deemed hard to fill. So there's, if the position is deemed hard to fill, and the director wants to extend that reimbursement, I think there's enough levels in between there that we don't have to worry about this being, a slippery slope of offering money to people to move. I'm comfortable with where it is now.
Alder Grant?
And I'm comfortable with this too, because another point that was brought up at committee that I think is important is it's part of their budget. Typically when the position was vacant, we weren't spending a salary. So the money that they're spending on these moving expenses is not an additional expense that's going to have to come out of the budget. It has to be within their budget. So kind of echoing Alder Presley's, their discretion, they're going to know when it's appropriate and if it's able to be spent.
Alder Galvin.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I'm the employee they're trying to recruit, and I go out and get quotes. Well, you never know. Stranger things have happened. So I go out and get quotes for moving. Do I okay as the prospective employee? Do I have to okay it with you that you'll cover it?
We would communicate ahead of time that expenses up to $10,000 will be reimbursed. And then as far as it relates to quotes, I don't think in the past we've had to get multiple quotes or review the quotes, just as long as we knew that the max reimbursement was not more than $10,000. And Joe, if I'm speaking incorrectly. Okay, thank you.
Okay, because I guess I somewhat understand what Alder Hinkfus is trying to get at. I mean, I'm going to take the job, and then I hire my brother who starts up his own moving company, and it's $10,000 to move me from Waupun. Some checks and balances, I guess, and that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, and the process includes receipts as well.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, any other comments? We have Alder Grant's amendment, which was seconded. All in favor of that will signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and that amendment is adopted. Motion to approve is amended, made by Alder Prophet,
Second.
seconded by Alder Presley. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. That item has been approved as amended. Item 2, Alder Hinkfus.
I am recommending approval, but I wanted to recognize Brian and the HR team. We went through many hours and hours and hours of interviews, and I just want to go on record saying these people care about the employees, they care about benefits, they care about the ease of use. But the most important thing that came out of this is a minimum of $500,000 in admin costs to the budget. Savings. So savings to the budget, and that's probably say it's pretty low. But I just want to recognize Director Rolfson and his team for their work.
Yeah, absolutely. Would echo that, Director Olofsson.
And I'd also like to add in our finance team was obviously critical to the process, and Alder Hinkfus was great to have within the interview process as well. So thank you.
Absolutely. You had a motion to approve? Was there
Yes.
a second?
Motion to approve.
Seconded by Alder Eck. Any further discussion? All in favor will say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. That item has been approved. Next up, we've got a couple of informational items: municipal court report for February and the building report also for February 2026. Resolutions. Motion to suspend the rules. Take up these items with one roll call vote made by Alder Prophet, seconded by Alder Stevens. All in favor will say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The rules are suspended. Motion to adopt made by Alder Prophet, seconded by Alder DeLee. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll use the board.
That passes 11-0.
All right, 11-0 on the resolutions. Next up is an ordinance, which I believe Alder Eck.
I make a motion to approve as amended.
Motion to approve is amended made by Alder Eck. Advance is amended, yes, correct. Seconded by Alder Ritterbusch. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and that ordinance has been advanced as amended. Motion to adjourn made by Alder Prophet. Seconded by Alder Ritterbusch. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. We're adjourned. Thanks, everybody.